The forgotten instinct. How humans became the most cooperative species on Earth. Have you ever wondered why humans, fragile, slow, and physically unimpressive, ended up ruling a planet filled with creatures that could outrun us, outlift us, or outbite us? It turns out the secret isn't strength, or speed, or even intelligence in the way we usually imagine it. Our real superpower is something far quieter. Something ancient. Something we rarely talk about, but rely on every single day. Cooperation. Not the friendly, polite kind we learn in school. I'm talking about the deep, instinctive, survival-driven cooperation that shaped our species long before cities, tools, or language even existed. And today, we're going to explore how that instinct emerged, how it saved us, and how it still shapes every part of our lives, often without us even noticing. Picture the world 300,000 years ago. Our ancestors were scattered small groups of hunter-gatherers trying to survive in ecosystems filled with predators that saw us as easy meals. Early humans had weak jaws, slow acceleration, and no natural armor. If you dropped a lone Homo sapiens into the ancient savanna, they wouldn't last a day. So why did we survive when so many other human species disappeared? The answer begins with something surprising. Humans are born incomplete. Compared to other animals, human infants are ridiculously helpless. A baby zebra can run within hours. A baby gorilla can cling to its mother. A human baby can cry loudly. That's about it. But this helplessness triggered something powerful. It forced adults to work together. A mother needed help. A child needed protection from the group. And over tens of thousands of years, this constant pressure selected for a strange, new kind of creature, one that was wired not just to care for its own children, but to care together. Anthropologists call it cooperative breeding, but you can think of it as humanity's first social glue. Aunts, uncles, grandparents, and even unrelated members of the band took part in raising young. And with every generation, those who were more attuned to group needs had a better chance of survival. Our species didn't become more social because it was nice. We became social because it was necessary. Eventually, this instinct spilled far beyond parenting. Early humans hunted cooperatively, long before we had sophisticated weapons. They coordinated movements, shared information, and divided tasks. A successful hunt required trust. Trust that others wouldn't flee. Trust that someone would warn you of danger. Trust that the food would be shared afterward. And here's the beautiful thing, sharing wasn't charity. It was strategy. A band that cooperated survived drought, famine, and injury far better than one that didn't. Cooperation, in other words, became an evolutionary advantage. Even today, our bodies still carry the marks of this ancient strategy. Humans have unusually expressive faces, subtle cues that help us read each other. We have eyes with visible whites, so others can track our gaze. We have brains primed for empathy, gossip, fairness, and outrage at cheaters, all tools that kept early groups stable and safe. These traits didn't appear because we wanted to be kind. They appeared because collaboration kept us alive. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. As humans spread across the world, cooperation evolved again. Not only did we work with relatives and friends, we began cooperating with strangers. People we'd never met, people from different backgrounds, people outside our immediate circle. This was revolutionary. No other species can do this at our scale. Think about it. Every time you drive through a city, buy food from someone you'll never see again, or trust that your doctor, who is not related to you, genuinely wants to heal you, you're tapping into this incredible evolutionary gamble, that strangers can work together. And this ability didn't arise from naive optimism. It was built on tens of thousands of years of psychological adaptations, puzzles our ancestors solved through trial, conflict, and necessity. They learned rituals to build trust. They learned trade to balance needs. They learned stories to create shared identity. They learned rules, norms, and punishments to keep freeloaders in check. In short, we invented culture to protect cooperation. And yet, for all its power, this instinct comes with a paradox. Humans are unbelievably good at working together, but also unbelievably good at deciding who counts as us and who counts as them. The same mechanisms that bonded our ancestors, shared stories, shared fears, shared belonging, can unite millions or divide the world into hostile groups. Cooperation built civilizations, but it also fueled wars. It gave us empathy for our tribe, but suspicion of outsiders. We are, in a sense, built to care, selectively. And so our greatest challenge today isn't unlocking new technology or conquering new frontiers. It's learning to stretch this ancient instinct, to widen the circle of who we consider worth cooperating with. Because the truth is, cooperation didn't just make us survive the past. It will determine whether we survive the future. So the next time you catch someone holding a door, sharing a meal, starting a community project, or simply listening, you're seeing the echoes of a story that began hundreds of thousands of years ago. The story of a creature so fragile it should have disappeared, but so cooperative it reshaped the planet instead. A creature that learned survival wasn't about being the strongest, but about being the one who could depend on others. A creature that looked around the firelight and understood, somehow, that we are only human, together. And maybe, in remembering that forgotten instinct, we'll find the wisdom we need for whatever comes next.